Hello everyone. In this video, I have come up with two problem sums related with not-for-profit organization. In these two sums, we have to prepare the income and expenditure account from the question. In the question, they have given us the receipts and payments account, and even the additional information may be provided also. So with the help of the receipts and payments account, and if there is any additional information provided, with the help of these two, we have to prepare the income and expenditure account. So let us start with the first problem sum. Let me read the question. From the following receipts and payments account, prepare an income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st December 2014. So in this sum, we have to prepare the income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st December 2014. So they have provided us the receipts and payments account, and the receipts and payments account is also for the same year, that is for the year ended 31st December 2014. So let us check the items which are given on the receive side and the payment side. The receive side has the opening balance of cash 550, opening balance of bank 2800, then subscription received during the year in cash is 5900. Now by sale of investment, the amount received was 850. By sale of furniture, the amount received is 600 rupees. By sale of old newspapers, the amount received is 40 rupees. Then through entrance fees, the amount received is 100 rupees. Then through life membership fees, the amount received is 1000 rupees. On the payment side, we have payment of salary which is made in cash during the year was 3500 rupees. Payment of rent in cash is 1200 rupees. Now printing and stationery cash paid is 190. Postage paid in cash is 130. Then the amount paid for steel almiras is 350 during the year. Then the investment made in cash in defense bonds is 1000 rupees. Then it has the closing balance of cash of 2500 and bank closing balance is 2970. Now with the help of this information, we have to prepare the income and expenditure account. Now before I start preparing the income and expenditure account, we should know that the receive side will have all the information of the incomes will be provided on the receive side. Then the information for the expenditures will be provided on the payment side. So let us start with the income and expenditure account. So we will write the heading as income and expenditure account for the year ended 31st December 2014. Then on the debit side, we write expenditure, and on the credit side, we write income. Now let us start from the receive side. We will take the incomes from the receive side. So the first of all, we will separate, let us just separate the revenue, like the revenue nature items from the receive side and the revenue payments from the payment side, because the income and expenditure account will take only the revenue nature items. So let me start with the debit side, that is subscription will come. It is a revenue nature item. Sale of investment is a capital nature item. Then sale of furniture is a capital nature item. Sale of old newspaper is a revenue nature item. Then entrance fees can be treated as a revenue nature item if no information is provided. Then life membership fees is a one-time payment from the members, so it is a capital nature item. Then coming towards the payment side, we have to take salaries. It's a revenue nature item. Rent is a revenue nature item. Printing and stationery is a revenue nature item. Postage is a revenue nature item. But selling of buying of almiras is a capital nature item. Then investment in defense bond is a capital nature item, as investments is always a capital nature item. The closing balance of cash and bank will not come, and the opening balance of cash and bank also will not come. Only the revenue nature items will come in the income and expenditure account. So first of all, on the income side, we are going to take subscription, and then we write as by subscription. The amount that was received during the year in cash is 5,900. So we are going to write here 5,900. Now we have to be careful about this amount because we cannot show the amounts of the other years. So we look at the additional information what is given to us. In just below subscription is written that the amount of 5,900 also includes the amount of 200 rupees which belongs for the outstanding of 2013. That means last year whatever the amount which was not received from the members is received in the current year. So this 200 rupees is included in this 5,900. So we need to remove this item. So we write just below subscription, we write less outstanding for 2013, 200 rupees. We are going to deduct it from the cash of 5,900 because it belongs for the previous year, this amount. Okay, then next what we do it is the further information which is given to us is rupees 150 is for 2015. So this is an advance which is received in the current year. That means it is received in this same year, that is for in the year ended 31st December 2014. 150 rupees is received from the members as an advance for the next year, that is for the year 2015. So even this 150 also which is present in this 5,900 has to be deducted. So we write as less advance for 2015 and we deduct this 150. Now after the adjustment, the amount that comes is 5,550, which is the actual subscription of the year ended 31st December 2014. Now our next item is, the next item of revenue nature income is sale of old newspaper. So this is a revenue nature item. So we will write here as buy sale of old newspaper. The amount is 40 rupees. There is no adjustment here for sale of old newspaper. We will assume that this 40 rupees, because no information is given to us, we assume that whole 40 rupees is for the current year only. So the income from sale of old newspaper for the current year is 40 rupees. Entrance fees is also treated as a revenue nature if no information is given. We write here as buy entrance fees. The amount is 100 rupees. So we will write here as 100. So all the incomes we have taken from the information. Now we will see the payment side. And we will take the expenditure from the payment side. Salary, we have to take, salary is a revenue nature item. So we are going to take, okay, this is a revenue nature, revenue nature, revenue nature, revenue nature. So around 4 items are there which are of revenue nature. So we will take the first item, salaries. So we write here as 2 salaries. The amount is 3,500. The next item is rent. We write here as 2 rent, 1,200. Then we have by printing and stationery. So 2 printing and stationery. So we'll write that, and the amount is 190. Then we will take 2 postage. The amount is 130. We write here 130. So those are the revenue nature expenditure. So we will take all the revenue nature expenditure. There are around 4. We will not take the purchase of steel almirahs because it is a capital item, capital nature item, and investment in defense bond is a capital nature item. After taking all the incomes and expenses, we try to compare both the side, whether the incomes are more or the expenditures are more. After adding the income side and the expenditure side, we can find that the income side is greater. So income side is greater. So we will write 5,690. After adding 5550, 40 and 100, we get 5690. And if we add all the expenditure of salary, rent, printing and stationery and postage, we get a total of 5020. So if we subtract 5690, if we subtract 5020 from 5690, we get 670, which is an excess of income over expenditure, and that is our surplus. So I hope you understood how to make the income and expenditure account from the receipts and payments account. Let me show you another question. So this is our second question. And then in this question, it says prepare income and expenditure account from the receipts and payments account for the year ended 31st December 2017. So our receipts and payments account is given to us for the year ended 31st December 2017, and we also have to prepare an income and expenditure account for the same year ending. So let us see the information what is given to us in the receipts and payments account. It has given opening balance of cash is 5,000. Bank opening balance is 1,35,000. Then they have given us subscription received during the year in cash is 1,80,000. Entrance fees received in cash during the year is 20,000. Donation received during the year in cash is 60,000. Then interest from investment which is received is 2,000 rupees. Then from sale of old newspapers and magazines, the amount received is 1,200. Salaries payment which is made in cash during the year is 50,000 rupees. Cash paid for repairs during the year is 7,000 rupees. For stationery, the amount paid is 2,000 rupees. For purchasing the table tennis table, the amount paid is 50,000 rupees. Now investment in LIC bonds, investment made in cash is 60,000 rupees. Then general expenses paid in cash is 6,000 rupees. Furniture purchased in cash is 80,000 rupees. Then insurance payment made in cash during the year is 3,000 rupees, and the closing balance of cash is 12,000, and bank closing balance is 1,33,200. So this is the information which we have from the receipts and payments account. There is also some additional information which is provided to us. They have given us here that subscription due, that means outstanding subscription for the current year, that is for the year 2017, was rupees 5,000. That means this amount is not been received from the members, 5,000, but this amount belongs for the current year. Then we have and subscription received in advance. So this has been received in advance, but it does not belong for the current year. It belongs for 2018. The amount is 3,200. They have also said that insurance is prepaid. That means insurance is an expense. It is paid in advance of around 800 in the current year. That may be for the coming years. So they have paid around 800 rupees in advance in the current year in cash. Now we have number 3, outstanding salary. That means salary which belongs for the current year 2017 of about 12,000 is still not yet paid, but this amount of expense is for the current year only, but this has not been paid. Half of the donation to be capitalized. That means half will be revenue nature and the rest half will be capital nature. So I think you have understood the information here. So let me separate the items first from the account, which will be revenue nature items. So when we make the income and expenditure account, these are the items that we are going to take. Starting from the receipt side, cash and bank will not come. We are going to take subscription. We are going to take entrance fees. We are going to take entrance fees can be taken if there is no information is given regarding it. Donation also can be taken, but then we have to take it according to the information. Then interest on investment is a revenue nature item. It can be taken. Then to sale of old newspaper and magazines are revenue nature item. Subscription is a revenue nature item. Entrance fees can be treated as revenue nature item if no information is given. Donation, half of it will be revenue nature and the rest half will be capital nature. Now, to interest on investment is a revenue nature item. Then sale of old newspaper also is a revenue nature item. On the payment side, salary will be taken. It is a revenue nature item. Repairs is a revenue nature item. Stationery is a revenue nature item. But purchasing payment made for table tennis table, purchasing table tennis table is a capital nature item. So that will not be taken in the income and expenditure account. Investment in LIC bonds also is a capital nature item. That also will not be taken in the income and expenditure account. General expenses is a revenue nature item. It will be taken. Then furniture, purchasing of furniture is a capital nature item. Then insurance is also a revenue nature item. So these are around 5 items which are of revenue nature. But when we take this in our account, we should be careful about the adjustments. So we mark it beforehand. Subscription has adjustments. When we take it, we will adjust it and take it in the income and expenditure account. Then we have donation requires adjustment. Salaries requires adjustment. Then insurance requires adjustment. So we have to be careful while taking this 4 items. Okay. Let me start from the income side. So when we take the income, the first item that will come will be subscription. So when we will take when we make the income and expenditure account, we will have on the debit side as expenditure and on our credit side as income. So when we take subscription, we will write here as by subscription. So we will have an amount of 1,80,000. So when we have this 1,80,000, we are going to add this 5,000 rupees, because this 5,000 rupees is an outstanding for 2017. So we are going to add that 5,000 rupees here, because it is an outstanding of the current year and it is not present in this cash of 1,80,000, but it belongs for the current year. Because it is not present in that 1,80,000, but it belongs for the current year, we have to add it so that we can show the actual subscription. But we also have to make the other adjustment, that is an amount of 3,200 has been received as an advance for the year 2018. The advance is for 2018, but this amount has been received in the current year, that is in the year ended 31st December 2017. So we need to subtract this. So we are going to subtract this. Suppose we have 1,80,000, 5,000 will be added, and then subtract 3,200 will be subtracted. So after the adjustment, whatever the subscription will come, that will be our current year's subscription. So here, if we present that, we will see this is how we are going to present it in our income and expenditure account. So we have from the receipts and payments account 1,80,000. Then the outstanding, which belongs for the current year, but it is not present in the cash of 1,80,000. So we need to add this so that we can show the actual subscription. And an amount of this prepaid of 3,200, which has been, it is the advance of 2018, but it has received, we have received it in the current year. So it is included in this cash of 1 lakh. This 3,200 is included in the cash of 1,80,000. So we cannot show this in the current year. That means for the year ended to this 31st December 2017. So we have to subtract this one. After the adjustment, the amount that we get is 1,81,800, and this is the actual subscription for the year ended 31st December 2017. So I hope the subscription part is clear. Let us go back to the question. Here I'm going to enter the revenue items first, which has adjustments. So you should remember that we have two sides in an income and expenditure account. The debit side is expenditure and the credit side is income. So the next item is I'll just show you the adjustment first. So here we have insurance, which is an expense. So insurance will be shown on the expenditure side as buy insurance. It will be shown here as buy insurance 3,000 rupees, which was paid in cash during the year. So out of this 3,000 rupees, the information given to us here is that 800 rupees is a prepaid insurance. Prepaid means it is an advance insurance which belongs for the next year. For example, it might be for 2018. So this cannot be shown because this is an advance payment which is made and it is included in this 3,000 rupees. So we need to remove this 800 rupees from here so that we can show the actual insurance for the current year. So after the deduction we may get 2,200. So this is the actual insurance for the current year, and we will show this on our expenditure side. Okay, the next item which requires adjustment is salary. So even salary also will be presented towards the expenditure side. So the salary which is shown here in the receipts and payments account, which is paid in cash, is 50,000. So we will write on our expenditure side as by salary to salary, and then we will see what is the information given to us. Salary paid in cash is 50,000. Now number 3, it says salary outstanding for 2017. That means there is an outstanding of around 12,000 rupees which belongs for the current year, which is not yet paid, but we have to show the total salary for the current year. So we need to add this because this also is the amount of the current year, but it is not present in this cash of 50,000. So after the addition of this 12,000, our salary comes to 62,000, which is our actual salary for the year 2017. So we have to show it in this way. The actual salary will be shown after the adjustment. Next is donation. Half of the donation is to be capitalized. Now donation is an income, so it will be shown on the income side as by donation, and we will show donation as not as 60,000, but it will be shown as 30,000 in the income and expenditure account because half of the donation is of capital nature. So the actual donation is 60,000, so half of it will be 30,000. So in the income and expenditure account we will show it as 30,000. So when we show the items, the adjusted items, then this is something which will appear in our account. So I think you can see this. I've showed you subscription. Now donation is an income, so it is shown on the credit side as by donation, and the amount is 30,000 rupees. Then salaries is an expenditure, so from the receipts and payments account we show 50,000 cash, and outstanding for the current year which is not yet paid is 12,000. So our total salary is 62,000. Insurance paid in cash during the year is 30,000. Then the advance which is paid for 2018 also it also is in this 3,000. So we remove this because we are showing it for 2017. So we remove it. So our actual insurance is 2,200 for the year ended 31st December 2017. So we write 2 salaries, 2 insurance, and add outstanding and less prepaid. And by donation we write it on the credit side. So this is how we show it in the income and expenditure account, the expenditure and the income. Now let us take the other leftover expenditure and income which does not have adjustments. If we see here, we have taken subscription. Now we are going to take entrance fees. Donation is already taken. Then interest on investments. Then sale of old newspapers will be taken. Then here we have already taken salary. We will take repairs. We'll take stationery. Then we will take general expenses. then insurance is already taken. So these are the revenue nature items, and we will present the remaining accounts in our income and expenditure account in this way. So this, after the entering of the remaining items, this is how our income and expenditure account will appear. We will have subscription, donation, then entrance fees, by entrance fees 20,000, by interest on investment 2,000, then we have by sale of old newspapers, we have 1,200. Okay, then we, on the debit side, we will have salaries already we have seen, then insurance we have seen already. Now 2 repairs 7,000, 2 stationery 2,000, 2 general expense 6,000. After the entry of the items, we will try to check the debit side and the credit side. That means we will check the income and the expenditure. So we are going to add all the items. So after adding the income side and the expenditure side, I find that the incomes are more. So if you add all the subscription, donation, entrance fees, interest on investment, and sale of old newspaper, you get a total of 2,35,000. On the other hand, when you add salaries, insurance, repairs, stationery, and general expenses, you get a total of 79,200. So the difference of 2,35,000 and 79,200, you get a difference of 1,55,800, which is the surplus. There is a spelling mistake here, so it should be to surplus. That means the incomes are more than the expenditure. The income is more than the expenditure by 1,55,800. So this is our surplus. So this is how we show the items in our income and expenditure account. So what we have done here is we have shown our income and expenditure on accrual basis, and we have taken all the revenue nature item. I hope you have understood how to prepare the income and expenditure account. In the coming videos, we will be solving more sums on income and expenditure account because it is important from the point of view of your examination. Thank you.